And the analogy that I'm using is that what we have to have in mind is the chessboard. The chessboard, anybody?
Black and white.
On one side of the chessboard, you have the white pieces. And on the other side of the chessboard, you have the black pieces. This is not a game about integration. This is a game, it is not a game about hatred. It is a game in which white plays one side of the board and black plays the other. But what is the object of the game of chess?
Kill the king.
That's a B answer. C answer. The object of the game of chess is for the white king to checkmate the black king. Why? Because white always moves first. White always moves first. So that white is playing offense, defense, and black has to play defense, offense. But you can win chess playing the black side of the chessboard. You can't win it if you are thinking you can ask the white side to give you some points. You cannot win it if you think that the game is about the black king punching out the black queen or the black queen punching out the black king. You cannot win it if you think the job of the pawns is to punch out the bishops and for the queen to kill the knights. Anybody who is going to play championship level chess knows that the game is for black to focus on white and for white to focus on black. Do you understand? See how quiet it is? Oh, Jesus. Does that mean that we really are going to be required to get along with each other?
That's right.
Does it mean that we have to work together across the board?
Absolutely.
Yes, it does. This, to me, is the challenge that has been left by Harold Washington, because he showed by giving his life the level of struggle that has to be carried out if a black person is really going to do anything. The challenge that we are facing is whether can we look at the chessboard. Can we get comfortable playing the black side of the chessboard to victory? This is a side of the chessboard, let us say, that is playing for white supremacy for the purpose of white genetic survival. And this side of the chessboard has to play for justice. Not killing and destroying all white people, that's not what I'm talking about. But there must be neutralization of a minority of people on the planet controlling the majority. If you say that you understand what is happening in South Africa, that is a situation in which there are 4 million people who classify themselves as white and 22 million black people. And when they say by any means necessary. We are going to maintain white power, otherwise we will lose our national identity. They are saying if we don't control the 22 million, that we will be genetically annihilated. But I can tell, see, the vibrations have gone down to almost zero in here. Yes, they are. And I'm going to tell you why they've gone down to zero. That once we are required to face up to what is happening, this is a very dangerous and deadly situation. Because it is my point of view that the AIDS virus was man-made. Man-made for what purpose? For the purpose of white genetic survival. Maintaining white supremacy is war that is conducted against black, brown, red, and yellow people. For the purpose of white genetic survival. It is a deadly game of war. All people who were raised up under lynching and castration know how deadly it is. All the people who are standing on the corner without jobs, all the people who are treating their depression with heroin and cocaine or alcohol know how deadly it is. All the people who know through training that men who classify themselves as white do not permit non-white men to look at them straight in the eye.
Absolutely.
Beyond 4 seconds. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now I can feel the vibes. Why do we have to talk about this? You see what I'm saying? Because we would rather not have to face this. I don't want to face it. But the point is that I know I have to. My grandmother used to say about her husband, my father's mother, your grandfather was a race man. Your grandfather was a doctor, but your grandfather was a race man. Focusing on the issue of color. My father was a race man, focusing on the issue of color. And they didn't send me to school not to focus on the issue of color. No, we have to look at this. Because there is not one problem that is going to be solved. There's not a problem that is going to be solved in a black household between a man and a woman if they are not doing the Nelson and Winnie Mandela pattern. And what is the Nelson and Winnie Mandela pattern? They have been separated for how long? 26 years, 20-something years. But every time you hear their name, you think of them as being together. Because it's a black king and a black queen looking at the white side of the chessboard. In their respective locations. And what comes about as a result of that? See, if I'm just trying to play house, you understand? Whether it's male or female, just trying to play